Since 1999, Big Sunday has been connecting people with opportunities to volunteer, build community, and do life-changing work. Tomorrow, Big Sunday will hold its 12th annual Thanksgiving Stuffing event, one of the nation's largest Thanksgiving volunteer events. Some 1,500 volunteers will stuff and hand out 3,500 bags of food. Ahead of tomorrow's huge Thanksgiving stuffing event, Big Sunday founder and executive director David Levinson joins us here live in studio. Congratulations.
Thanks, Alex.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back again.
What can we expect tomorrow? What's this going to look like?
So, our Thanksgiving event is one of my favorite events of the year. We're up to closer to 2,000 people since we first spoke to you. We'll be joining together to fill 3,500 bags of food for hungry and grateful people all over town. And these bags of food are going to feed 14,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's really great. And some of the people, one thing I particularly like about it, it's going to more than 100 different nonprofit agencies and schools all over town that will distribute it to their folks tomorrow afternoon so they can have it in time for Thanksgiving on Thursday. And one of my favorite parts about it is some of the people receiving food are also there to help because they want to give as well as receive.
Yeah, which is amazing, and Mayor Karen Bass is going to be out there tomorrow supporting.
Yes, we're excited to have her.
And I was out there last year when Vice President Kamala Harris came out to your Thanksgiving event along with her husband, second gentleman Doug Emhoff, who was a Big Sunday volunteer before he ever even knew Kamala Harris, which was kind of a wild thing. What was it like having her out at your event last year?
It was awesome. You know, we were very touched and flattered that she came, as we are, that Mayor Bass is coming tomorrow. And they just rolled up their sleeves and they were handing out vegetables, and apparently Doug Emhoff was handing out a vegetable he doesn't even like. But they were great sports. The crowd was very welcoming and very friendly, and it was humbling that, as I said, we have people who are there who live in a transitional shelter who are there to help, along with the Vice President of the United States.
Yeah, standing next to each other,
all
basically doing the same job, which is kind of, although they don't come with Secret Service protection, but that's a whole other, that's a whole other thing. But last year you were with us the night before, and you didn't tell me that the VP was coming, so who knows who's going to be out there tomorrow.
Don't get your hopes up.
Well, so tomorrow's event, you at this point are not looking for volunteers and not looking for people to show up because all that's already been booked out. But there are a lot of ways to help with a lot more events you have coming the rest of this season, right?
Absolutely. we are, as I said, we are totally full tomorrow, and all the bags are spoken for, and we're so happy to help all these people. But if people want help, they can go on to bigsunday.org, to our website. They can still sponsor bags of food. They can buy items that go in the bag, starting at just 75 cents for a box of cornbread mix and going up. And there's all sorts of ways to help that way. But we have daily through the end of the year, we have the Big Sunday holiday list with over 450 ways that anyone can help at the holidays. There's volunteering things, there's giving things, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's, all sorts of year-end stuff. We do, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have our first Big Sunday holiday sing-along for the first time since pre-pandemic days, where our guests of honor are people from Ability First who have challenges, who've been working on their holiday songs that they're going to sing for a crowd. We need folks to come down and cheer them on and help our toy drive.
So you started this back in 1999. It was Big Sunday because it was one day, right? One big Sunday. Now we got Big Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Lots of big days. Talk about how it warms your heart and what you feel personally when you see those smiles and you feel people's gratitude on this Thanksgiving week.
Well, thanks for asking that. And, you know, people think we're a community service organization. We're not. We're a community building organization. We really see the world not as haves and have-nots, but as haves and have-mores. Absolutely everybody has some way they can help somebody else. Absolutely everybody has some time that they need help, and we all have to look out for each other. And especially we're in such a divided and divisive time. And I always think if you're sitting working side by side with somebody filling bags for Thanksgiving, singing holiday songs, fixing up a playground, cleaning the beach, then you're working with a person who has a name, they have a place they live, they have a thing they do, they have things they care about, and then it's a lot harder to hate them.
Well said. And on this Thanksgiving week, grateful for you and all that you do for our community.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Put up the information on the screen. Big Sunday's 12th annual Thanksgiving stuffing event tomorrow, 9 a.m. to noon, Baldwin Hills Elementary. For more information on all of Big Sunday's work, as he mentioned, that website, bigsunday.org.